lights, second week for the fights, third week and the fun begins. Sun's rising in the west, Kings and Pacers crying about the east. What a crazy old week 'tis been. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to your favorite NBA podcast in an Indian accent, the Ball is Bay NBA podcast. My name is Ashwin and I take great pleasure in bringing this Voice of Reason podcast to your ears every week. We are on all your favorite podcast listening spaces, so do go and check us out to confirm this news. Speaking of confirmation, we can now confirm that former WNBA star Tammy Sutton-Brown was in fact the first WNBA star to appear on an Indian basketball podcast. So there's that. Moving on, this week in the NBA, we saw perennial NBA leaders in the first fortnight, Orlando Magic, slipping to the third from last place in the association. And favorites Philadelphia roaring ahead to a 5-0 start and becoming the only team still unbeaten at this stage of the season. Is it too early to call for an 82-0 season? Most definitely. But is that going to stop us from making bold-ass predictions anyway? Not on this podcast. Speaking of ass, we've got with me as always the apple of the investor's eye, a guy so charming no country can have him for more than 3 months at a time, and soon to be on the Forbes list of 30 under 30% body fat, Vineet Devaya. Vineet, how are you doing in? Insert wherever he is. Yo, wait. Where are you this week, Vineet?
I am in Oba Winter. That's the name
Oba Winter. Is that different from the last time?
No. It's the same place. It's the same place. Yeah.
What? You're just making up names now for places?
No, this is literally the name of the place. Oba Winter.
Oh, that's the name of the place. Oba Winter. Okay.
And I learned
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. And I learned how to pronounce the name yesterday because I'd gone to Bonn, which is like the old capital of Western Germany before, the things happened.
Before they broke down the wall and made East and West unnecessary.
Yes. And I was saying, so the English way of saying it is Oberwinter. Because it's like winter, because that's how we write it. But I was asking people, like, where do I get the train? And they were like, oh, we don't know what place you're talking about. And then I had to, like, say it the way the Germans say it, Oberwinter. And then they were like, oh, yeah. It was pretty interesting.
The Germans seem very inflexible on their pronunciation.
The Germans are really nice people. I mean, I think they get a lot of slack. They get a flack. Sorry, not slack. But they are very, very nice, thoughtful, considerate people. Yeah, I think, that's it. That's all. My shout out to all the Germans on our pod, whoever's listening to us.
Thank you, Germans, for listening to us and teaching us how to say names of your places. Yes. Yeah, forever indebted to you. Okay, all right. We're not going to tell you last week's numbers because they were pretty bad. But let's just pretend that it was amazing as the time before that.
Yes.
And I think let's move on to the first topic. Our one of your favorites. I mean, Luka Doncic is all of our favorites, and we hope that he is going to be the next face of the NBA.
Yeah.
Mavericks-Lakers game went to OT, and Lebron and Luka both had triple doubles, the oldest and the youngest people. I think it's one of the first instances of opposing team players having triple doubles, and the oldest and the youngest. I mean, they're both machines. They're like unstoppable people. I'm sure you must have watched the game because Mavericks are one of your favorite teams.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the game now, but I think the most important and the most amazing stuff was the LeBron stats. Like, did you see? Like, he had a triple double, yes, but it was a pretty crazy triple double.
Big triple double.
It was a monster triple double. It was a 39 points, 12 rebounds, and 16 assists.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a monster triple double. I mean, every time, like it's great. I mean, I expect Luka to get these numbers because he's young. He's the main focal point,
and he's good.
He's very, very good, and he's got Kristaps Porzingis playing next to him. But like for LeBron to put a 39, 12, 16 when he's 34 or 35, is pretty
I think
incredible.
he's 35. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he must have taken it up as a challenge because a lot of people, they're like, this is one of those passing of the torch moments, and LeBron's like, I don't think I'm going to hold on to the torch for a little bit more. So, Luka, please.
I still think LeBron is like, top. I mean, he's probably the best player in NBA. Like, as much as I would like to argue that Kawhi is.
It's Kawhi. Yeah.
I would say that LeBron is still the best player in the NBA. I would say Kawhi is the best two-way player.
Okay.
Yeah. But Kawhi still doesn't have the scoring ability that LeBron has without, like, LeBron can go unconscious for 40, like, he could just do 40 without, like, really worrying about it. But I feel like Kawhi still doesn't have that respect or that game to get there. And in terms of Luka, I feel like, we all love Luka. I don't think there are too many people that have an issue with his talent. I think the biggest issue is mentality and sort of health. And if he can maintain like a killer mentality and also like just be healthy, he's going to be one of the greats. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little strange that, the big guy on the Lakers is supposed to be Anthony Davis. He's supposed to be the reason that LeBron can take a step back. And we are still talking about LeBron doing all these wonderful things.
Well, I think, LeBron is so good that if he has somebody who is even relatively like threatening on the other side, that he's going to get 40. Like LeBron, like you have to double him. If your entire game plan is not towards stopping LeBron is going to defeat you, right? So if you have a guy like Anthony Davis, who in the previous game, if you don't remember, dropped 40 and 20 in like 20 minutes.
On a Charlotte broadcast.
Still.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It create like it's not about like sometimes yes the opponent matters, but like when an opposing coach is creating a game plan, they have to plan for Anthony Davis. Like it's not like you're not going to plan for Anthony Davis. So if a coach has to like take a chance on whom to like really focus most of the defense on today on Lakers, they'll probably choose Anthony Davis, right? Because they'll make a judgment call that LeBron is too old, he doesn't have the step, blah, blah, blah. Let's just stop Anthony Davis and then let's, tier 2 defense will be LeBron. And I think that's a mistake. And so, and Anthony Davis is the best player LeBron has ever played with. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, we could discuss that. You think Anthony Davis is the best player that LeBron has played with?
Easy.
Who you don't think Kyrie Irving is that?
No, Kyrie, come on. Kyrie is a hot man.
As in complimentary at that stage of time also. I mean, do you think... LeBron basically turned Kevin Love into a spot-up shooter on the side.
So let's put this way, right? Kyrie can score, let's say...
Without any help.
Let's say he can score 30 points. Can Anthony Davis score 30 points?
Okay, yeah, he can.
Okay. But can Kyrie Irving get 15 rebounds a game? No.
No, he doesn't have. Okay, fine.
Right. He averages like 4 or 5 assists, which Anthony Davis also gets that many assists.
Oh, Kyrie averages a bit more than I think 7 assists a game. I don't have the numbers, but
no, it doesn't. 7 is very high for Kyrie.
Kyrie is a point guard.
And so I feel like Kyrie Irving was not a very, he is probably in the top 5 point guards, but in my opinion, is not even in the top 10 players. And Anthony Davis is easily top 5. Top 5, yeah, top 5, 6. It's because of Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. If Giannis Antetokounmpo is such a
No. Giannis, I still think Anthony Davis is a better player than Giannis, but Anthony Davis has a knack for getting injured a lot. So plus he didn't do shit with the Pelicans, which is unfair.
That's not
because,
true.
Pelicans are the best.
They went to the playoffs twice.
They went to the playoffs twice and what? And And what happened? Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said it's
It's
unfair
very
that you are
unfair. Like
comparing
getting into
Giannis.
the playoffs in the West is a hurdle by itself. It's not
Hmm.
like that easy to get into the playoffs unless you have one of those like crazy teams, right?
Yeah.
And generally
I mean,
generally the difference between the second and the ninth or the third and the ninth is like 3 games. Like it's not a
no, but
huge
don't you think
gap.
Giannis has more control of the ball? Like Giannis does more things with the ball than
No,
Anthony
that's what
Davis.
I'm saying.
Anthony
If
Davis
if
is.
there was no Giannis, then I would say like Anthony Davis is the best big man in the game. But because of Giannis
Mhm.
Antetokounmpo, but Giannis Antetokounmpo has the advantage of being in the East and winning those games, and like so he looks better overall,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
But if I had to take Anthony Davis and put him in the East and give him the Milwaukee Bucks, I think Anthony Davis would have been more successful.
I don't think so. But yeah, I mean that's okay. Yeah, audience, if you have any opinions, please let us know.
Okay.
I still think that Kyrie Irving is the best player that. See, Dwayne Wade is the better player overall,
Yeah.
but I think that by the time LeBron joined, D Wade was not that level.
He
Like he was
wasn't
not
the he wasn't
Flash.
Flash.
He wasn't
He
Flash,
wasn't
and I
Flash.
think Kyrie Irving was like his best version under LeBron, and then he decided he doesn't want to be that, so which is very Kobe-esque thing to do. I mean, instead of this, let's talk about the fight, air quotes,
Yes.
that happened in the Philadelphia versus. I mean, it's a little funny. I think last year around the same time we had the Chris Paul and Rajan Rondo fight, and
Yes.
when we had Hoopastani on the podcast, I think it was a similar the second week or something of that sort. And again, this time also we've got something very similar. Second week, and we've got a skirmish, a
Skirmish.
little scuffle,
Scuffle.
kerfuffle, kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle on this. I mean, they didn't really fight, but what did you think about Joel Embiid and Carl Anthony Towns going
I
at
have a
it?
feeling that it was all staged. That's my feeling. Like knowing Joel
I will
Embiid
not disagree with you.
and his love for like just the theatrics of things, I'm pretty sure he messaged Carl Anthony and said, "Hey man, we big guys are not getting any love. No one is really caring about us because everybody wants the 3-point shooters. Let's just like give them something, like give them like something to fight up, like talk about." And so they both thought, yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good PR gimmick. I would not take that past Joel Embiid and Cat.
I mean, Cat was probably pissed because his unbeaten team record was gone. But
I mean, that was going to go anyways. Come on.
that was going to go anyways. That's true. It's like almost like saying that the Suns are going to be a great team just because they beat like a few teams.
I am a little bullish on the Suns. I'm a little
Oh.
bullish on
That's
the
good. That's
Suns.
good.
I like Devin Booker.
Whoa.
I think he's a very good player. I like.
Devin Booker is exactly like your Kobe. I thought you didn't like people who played like Kobe.
Listen, man, it's not about Kobe. All I say about Kobe is that Kobe was a good player, but he created a persona.
Selfish.
He created a persona that like encouraged the wrong kind of basketball. Even though he was not like, if you look at all the teams that he played, the Lakers that won in the 3 championships and the Lakers that won the 2 championships. He was like I won't say he was an assist machine, but those teams, the triangle offense is based on passing the ball,
Yeah.
right? So all the teams, all the rings he won was through the triangle offense, whose entire goal is to pass the ball, right? So for him, but he just created this persona because he wanted to, right? He wanted to market himself, and then all these other idiots, who just love this, like how people glamorize these billionaires and like these inventors and like all they just want something to like latch on to so that they can be them. What I'm saying? Like if I say Kobe when I shoot, that means like I'm a great shooter. I'm like all like iso ball. It's just that persona that I just kind of felt was wrong. But Kobe as a player, very good player, man. Can't take it away. Same thing with Devin Booker. He's a very, very good player, and they have a good team around it. So I'm not. I mean,
Yeah.
are they going to make the playoffs? Probably not. But
Probably not.
in the West,
But will they win 40 games this season?
in the West, like one slot has opened up, right? Like we always thought that the Golden State Warriors will somehow make it because of Steph.
No,
So that's
I never thought that.
No,
I thought
mean,
they would maximum be
I
like
want
a
to give
10
enough.
seed.
Like, see, I don't. As much as I hate that the KD joined them, But we have to understand that this Golden State Warriors did win 73 games without them, right? So even if you take out Clay, probably they'll win 50 games, I was just like thinking that, okay, Steph is good enough where he can take the team to 50 wins and probably sneak into the playoffs. Probably. Just because championship.
50 wins will get to your playoff. That's not even like debatable. That's not sneaking it. 50 wins in the West will take you to the playoffs.
Agreed. That's my point. So now that Steph is gone, everyone's gone. So that one slot has opened up, I feel. It's become even more open to.
I mean, I never thought that they were going to the playoffs this season. But I thought that maybe Steph would have like a breakout year where he would do Russ-like things, just, destroy the competition.
Who do you think was the 8 team then?
Lakers. Clippers. Rockets. Mavericks.
Oh, you put Mavericks
Nuggets.
in there. Oh, you put Mavericks in there. Okay, so you're sure Mavericks are making the playoffs?
I'm still very sure Mavericks are going to win because they look like a really good team, and I think. I mean, they should be able to not even sneak in there. I think they should be winning close to 50 games.
So you're basically replacing Golden State with Mavericks.
Yeah, I never had Golden State in that.
No, I'm saying since last year, right? Like that's the only change.
Yeah, I mean, once Clay left, then the second best player became our great Draymond Green, and I did not think that was going to happen. Because they would everyone would double Steph and like leave Draymond open, and
I'm really disappointed that Steph got hurt because I wanted to see.
Yeah, man, that's really sad. Prayers up for Steph, but please. We've always maintained that when great players get injured, it really hurts us a lot, and it's true again. Steph, one of the only unanimous MVP, great player, and please come back soon, Steph. We miss you. Okay, now something a little more interesting than, it's still an archaic topic, but, load management, like people keep saying load management, Kawhi, load management, I don't know who else is doing load management. My washing machine does some load management on some days. It's one of those gray areas where, what does load management mean to you, Vineet?
Well, I think load management means that you're playing, instead of playing 82 games, you're playing anywhere between 60 to 65 games. I think if you're playing between 60 to 65 games, you're kind of in the load management zone.
And this is not even like because of injury. They're just not playing.
They're just not playing them. Or they just don't want to play. Like say you're playing against a shitty team, and you want the other players to get some like reps, right? So you just put them in, you get them the reps. You make sure that it's also like, I feel the biggest issue in today's basketball is injuries for some weird reason. So playing lesser games reduces your wear and tear on your body, reduces your chance of getting injured, and especially you don't want to get injured with shitty, like when you're playing like a game that you're already going to win, like you don't have to like exert it and like you land weirdly or whatever it is. So it makes sense. I'm totally for load management. If you're playing,
you're totally for it, but
yeah, I think
but I don't you think it's a little unfair for the fans that honestly this load management happens?
Whatever, man. Like I think,
especially when like a team. What I'm saying is, I don't know if you remember this, but in the 2013-14 season, the Spurs were fined $250,000 because they rested Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker for some Miami road game. Because the idea was that ticket buyers are coming to see these players, and the players have a responsibility to the fans to show up. And now, without even an injury, you're just saying, I'm not going to show up because load management. How does that qualify? How does that fly under the radar?
I think that was not load management by Pop. I think that was more like, we don't have to show you what we have load management at this point. Like I think it's more of a strategic play that is like, okay, I don't have to show you all our sets and how we're going to defend LeBron, how we're going to defend the double teams, like I don't have to show you all these things, like, because it's a different thing where you see the tape and the different when you experience it, right? And if you're usually a different conference team, you meet twice in a year, right? And if you're like the favorites to win the conference, then you should be a little bit like secretive about your plays because you want an edge. So I think it wasn't load management per se for this person. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say it as load management, but basically they were resting Duncan and Ginobili and Parker throughout the year.
I'm fine with
anyway,
it.
So you think it's fair game?
I think it's fair game because honestly, the best games are in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And ideally, I want all the players to be healthy, and I want like a really very good playoffs. Ideally, all the teams.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a little weird that we are not even 10 games into the season? We are literally just 5 games into the season, and you're doing load management.
But that's not how that's what I'm saying. The idea of load management is not that you do the load management at the end of the year. You do it consistently so that the person is well rested,
getting more rest between games.
He's ramping up to the playoffs, right? So the idea of load management is not when you're tired, you take a break. You just you manage the load, right? That's what it is. Otherwise, it's just called rest.
Fair point. I mean, I don't think it's fair that people take load management games off, and it's just ridiculous.
So you are against maybe the league should load management.
I think if the idea is to save yourself from injuries, then the league should just bring down the regular season games from 82 to 65, which I think is all. But I've always thought is 65 is the.
And I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, most basketball players are good basketball players. Most people that play in the NBA.
But only the best ones take load management.
No, I think that it's fine.
I mean, the NBA is a star-driven league. You allow the players to take off and all. I don't think it's fair. Maybe this is what I've always thought, that maybe they should not be allowed to do this for away games. Maybe they should do this load management for the home games, so that you're only reducing the amount. I mean, it's still a gray area, but I've always felt that, if Kawhi and Leonard is taking days off, then he should take it off during the Clippers home games, and not in away games where people might have come to see him or whatever.
That also can be done. You can basically focus on just doing the away game, home games.
But then you're basically sanctioning that. You're basically saying that it's okay for some players to take some time off. Then why not just reduce the 82 games to 65 games? Or 70 games, or whatever it is.
Because that reduces revenue generated by it. Revenue generated by ads, revenue generated through scheduling,
by stadiums.
It's not worth it. I don't think I feel.
I mean, you earn $1 billion. If you earn 800 million, I don't think it's that much of a hit to the league. Your stars should not be getting injured. Is a league better when your stars are injured? Does that help the league? No, right? That's where I'm coming from. I know that the simple mathematics would say that if you cut it down by 85% of your revenue is only 15% of your revenue is lost. But I'm speaking from a different perspective. I mean, if you're allowing this to happen, then there should be something. I mean, I think, like you said, the best games happen in the playoffs, and it is best for the league to have the best players play uninjured in the playoffs. But if that's the case, then, just reduce the season a little bit. It's not the worst idea. I mean, they used to allow division winners into the playoffs, even if their record was horrible. And they removed that thing. So maybe they can change it. I mean, there are a lot of games today in the NBA are not very, nice. I mean, how long can you watch a Charlotte Bobcats versus Golden State Warriors game?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Take it. It's one for.
There are some very good players in Charlotte Hornets, by the way. I'm joking. But I don't really understand this. I always feel see, if you're an NBA player, right? You're the best of the best. You're the top, 400 players. Yeah, 400 players in the world. Your level shouldn't be that bad. Sometimes you just see them and just how can you be that bad?
But isn't it because they're playing against other NBA players? I mean, it's not like they're playing against the Indian basketball team or something.
No, I know.
They are good players, but the other players are just that much better.
Yeah, but in terms of just putting the ball into the basket, right? I just feel that's a skill set that
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and speaking of unhindered trips to the basket, the Rockets Washington game. One of the craziest games I've seen. No OT and went straight to 160, 159 or some crazy line like that. I mean, I mean, come on. I know that you're not a great believer in defense, but this was absolutely ridiculous.
What do you mean by I'm not a great believer in defense? I am
And then you'd rather that people just go up and down the court, just scoring and scoring, coming back, scoring, coming back.
Come on, stop it.
That's not true.
That's not
It's
true.
a mischaracterization of the
fully
of
mischaracterization of. I'm a full defense guy, man. That's my whole thing. That's why I love Kawhi Leonard. No, I mean, what I said previously was that I really like the D'Antoni offense. Right, I enjoy its fluidity. I enjoy its like simple focus on just like math. I like that. I like the fact that they increase the number of possessions. They say like if you're a decent basketball player, you're going to get at least 30% of your shots. Just take more shots. And if you take high value shots like 3-pointers, you're definitely going to score a lot. And if you score a lot without a consequence of who's scoring on the other end, like I said, I think the idea is that people are generally, when they score or scorers, or they have this mentality of like, we are scoring despite the defense, right? So it's like, people get a high on like, okay, they've done all this defense on me, but I was still able to score on them. But then if you're not going to do any defense, like you kind of take away the joy of scoring, right? So if you're just a better scorer, and you take away the joy of scoring from the other team, then you're in a better position to win. Like if you take away this, like for example, if you were given a free reign to like just go and like, you wouldn't enjoy it that much. Like you wouldn't enjoy the game. You wouldn't like, your competitive nature would not kick in if like no one is really stopping you from driving into the basket. Then you just like pass it to someone else, or you wouldn't like take on the challenge and things like that, right? So I feel like it's a smart strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the Rockets game every morning, and sometimes it's a pain to watch because most positions are like Harden dribble, step back three, or pass it to the corner. But in the fourth quarter, they've been doing a lot of Russell Westbrook things, and I think that experiment right as of now has been working amazingly well because in the fourth quarter, Russ has been absolutely amazing. I mean, that's the major reason. But yeah, I mean, both my teams, my main chick and my side chick, have been playing very well. Okay. I mean, OKC has not been winning that much, but I think they have been playing absolutely. It's good basketball. They are all playing for the first time. I absolutely love Chris Paul as the floor general, and SGA, Shia Gilgeous Alex.
Shy, man, it's Shy. Why do you keep saying it's Shia? It's Shy. SHAI.
But Shy. Okay, Shy. SHAI. Well, that's news to me.
Shai Gilgeous Alexander.
Gilgeous Alexander. Yes.
Not that
what
difficult.
A guy. What an absolute find. Kind of difficult, but anyway. Is he Swiss? Which country is he from? He's a Canadian guy. Oh wow, even better. I mean, I've been watching. So I've been watching the Thunder games and the Rocket games. I think I watched most of it. I couldn't catch the Portland one for the Thunder, but like very very happy to see those games. The Rockets games, the only problem is I have to watch 3 quarters to get to the fourth quarter, and the 3 quarters are like real painful to watch, man. Like they're not shooting very well, and like I think once they start shooting well, they'll be a real problem because Russ is finding everyone, but the shooting is just not coming. And Eric Gordon, I mean, you expect more from Eric Gordon and James Harden. They've both been shooting the 3-ball especially, they've been shooting
very bad.
Absolutely pathetically. Yeah. Very bad.
I mean, they're going to get it. I mean, it's just like they're very good shooters.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing that is they're not bad shooters. It's just it's not going in, right? Like it's not going in. Some days it doesn't go in. Some days it doesn't go in even if you shoot 50 of them. So
yeah,
they gotta do something.
So what do you think about like? Do you think the James Harden Russell Westbrook combination is going to work?
Yeah, I think it is working. I mean, it's a little too early to say it's completely working, but I think what the basic idea was it's just like a cheat code to D'Antoni offense. Westbrook has become so much more reserved in his shot selection. He's not jacking up 3-pointers for no reason. He's not doing it. He just brought his best version of Westbrook things to Rockets. In the fourth quarter, he's making those timely passes, pushing the ball, absolutely putting the defense, the pressure on the defense. They're either fouling him or, making committing to him while he passes the ball out. Like I said, if the Rockets had even shot like a league average 33. So even if they had shot 30%, I think Russ right now would be averaging 20 assists a game. He has been that much on point, like with his passes and especially with his. I mean,
is he averaging a triple double right now or no?
I'm not sure, but he's probably very close to it because I think he's always been close to it. So it might be like 20 points, 8 assists, and 9 rebounds, something. And the rebounding during the fourth quarter, though, anybody who says start padding should really watch a video of Russell Westbrook rebounding over 7-footers, over in traffic and all. It's a delight to watch. Like I think for me, like getting a rebound over someone is one of the most demeaning things that you can do to him, especially a taller guy.
What's the hashtag Thunder Up for Houston Rockets? What do they say?
I think say go Rockets, or just Rockets. They just say hashtag
what?
Rockets.
That's lame.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty lame. Yeah, they didn't think much of it. They are pretty.
It can't be go Rockets. Like they didn't have Spurs. That. Spurs is go. Spurs go.
No, it's just Rockets. Rockets.
Come on, there has to be something. What kind of fanboy? You don't even know your chant.
Yo, I'm not a fanboy, man. I'm a fan. What was it for Rockets? Let me just check it out. One mission. Oh wow, that's weird. It's a one mission. Hashtag one mission.
Hashtag one mission, huh?
One mission. That's ridiculous. Let's see. Let me just test it out.
That's lame.
One mission.
Yeah.
It's hashtag one mission. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely horrible. That's a L. That's an L on the Twitter game.
Yeah, it is an L on the Twitter game.
Anyway.
Hashtag one mission. That doesn't sound very.
What does that even mean? I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, I mean, let's move away from my favorite team and go to your favorite team. Even though we are now hitting the 45-minute mark on it's a 50-minute mark on the pod. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We are a little indulgent about it today because we have so much to talk about and no one to interrupt us. Yes, your favorite Spurs team.
My favorite Spurs team.
The Spurs are 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, 4-1.
And they were 4-4-4.
4-1. They only lost to the bionic man, Mr. Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. I think that was. I'm
sure you.
Yeah, I think they lost that just to like respect Kawhi Leonard.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
No, but Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Leonard looks every year. He looks like more bulkier and more like strong. And he's got like real muscle. These are not like fake. Like these are like real big man muscles. It's just. Because I remember like when Kawhi Leonard came in, he looked kind of like DeMar DeRozan. Like they were like of the same sort of. Like maybe Kawhi was like a little bit more like bulkier, but like this game I was watching and he just looked like twice the size of DeMar DeRozan, and he stole the ball like 3 times out of him. Like it was crazy. He made DeMar look like he owned that bitch. He's like, you my bitch, yo.
Yeah, I mean, DeRozan is a different level and Kawhi is a different level.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's fair to compare also.
Yeah. I feel bad because DeRozan is actually a very good offensive player. Like,
Definitely.
I feel bad for him anyway.
See, it's the thing, no. If he was compared to you or me, then he'd be great. But the problem is he's being compared to Kawhi Leonard. So it's he's gonna fall short.
Yeah, I mean, and I was also.
I mean, if they compare,
if
they compare me to a normal TCS employee, they'll be like, okay.
I feel DeMar DeRozan is because I was thinking like, okay, like let's break down the Spurs team, right? So the Spurs have, in my opinion, a top 5 shooting guard. Who is a better shooting guard than DeMar DeRozan? Shooting guard, I mean.
Like isn't Kawhi a shooting guard?
No, Kawhi is small forward.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. Oh yeah, I guess so.
Klay Thompson
very
is
few shooting guards.
But he's injured.
Klay Thompson is shooting guard. Is Paul George a shooting guard? I think Kawhi plays shooting guard. No,
Paul George is.
I think Paul George plays the small forward on that team.
Power forward.
He's not a power forward, man. He's a 6'7" lanky guy.
No, right now in this thing he'll probably he's also a small forward, yeah. But so he's more of a shooting guard.
I think Kawhi plays the shooting guard.
No. Kawhi Leonard is not a shooting guard, dude. Like he's not like on the flanks, like driving and all that stuff. He's more like a
he's a wing guy,
more
only,
of a forward kind of guy.
He's a very forward guy.
He's
but
not a guard.
Like
he doesn't like a guard. The idea of a guard is that their entire game is based on like how they can handle the ball.
Kawhi handles the ball pretty well. Anyway, I mean, today's game you have no like positions.
But still, if you had to think about it, right?
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan is a shooting guard for sure.
Yeah, like you wouldn't say DeMar DeRozan is a point guard. You won't say DeMar DeRozan is a small forward. He is a shooting guard.
Okay, all right. By the process of elimination, we have come to the conclusion that DeMar DeRozan is a shooting guard.
The only people that I can think of who are like much better than DeMar DeRozan are Klay Thompson and Bradley Beal, and maybe Devin Booker.
Okay.
Right.
Devin Booker, definitely.
Devin Booker, right? So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good place to be in as an NBA player, right? To be in top 5 in your position. It's like top 5 point guards, right? And in terms of power forwards, I think LaMarcus Aldridge is in the top 10 power forwards in the game, and the power forward is a very like elite category. So the Spurs actually have a decent team, but I mean they're probably like first or second round players. I can't really.
That's okay. I mean, this has been happening for a while now. They need they need Tim Duncan to come back. Hey, I saw Tim Duncan on the sidelines. He was there with Coach Becky and
because he's an assistant coach.
Coach Pop.
You didn't know this?
Oh, did they confirm that? I thought it was like in the works.
No, he confirmed him as assistant coach. Confirmed, and he's now like a proper assistant coach.
That's crazy.
Nice. I have a feeling that he's just gonna like one day just say, you know what, I'll show you how to win championships.
Let me just hold my glass of milk.
Let me show you. And I feel that's what Popovich is doing. Like once they get into the playoffs, I think Tim Duncan is just gonna come back as a player. Because that's all you need Timmy to do, right? You need Timmy to like just hold on, that make sure that no one like comes in and does stupid shit inside the paint. That's all you need Timmy to do. Yeah. That's what he's been very good at. If there's one thing I had to take Timmy and do, is like that's what I would do, right? Like I would just take him and make him like a great defensive player. So yeah, that's what I think he'll do. Like
well, I think Tim Duncan might not be coming back. Sorry, Vineet. But I think this pod will come back next week, and I think we need to keep some topics on for next week itself. Vineet, I guess that's all the time we have for this week's episode. It's been a pretty long episode, but I think we had fun.
Yeah, we had fun.
Discussed. Thanks to the NBA for like getting so many things done in this week.
Yeah, man. NBA is super entertaining. No doubt about it.
Super entertaining. Yeah. Our last episode was not so, and our audience let us know, but don't worry about it. This week will be more entertaining.
Yes, more entertaining.
We'll not have quality issues this time.
Yes.
Okay, all right then. Vineet, please say bye-bye to our lovely audience.
Bye-bye, audience. Bye, Ashwin.
Bye-bye, audience. Yes. Bye-bye. Cheers.